Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make my face look like this. Shadows out of character and not what you came for, but on Facebook I put up, like, almost joking, being like, oh, I might do a video on like sweat proof like Disney look Florida makeup, because like people would always like compliment my makeup at work and ask me how I did it and ask how it stayed on so well while I lived in Florida. Then a bunch of people liked the comments, so I was like, I guess I'll do it. And then I posted on the community board if y'all would rather have like an in-depth tutorial or just kind of like a casual, like chatty Q&A type of thing. You said the second one, so I put some questions up on Instagram. So here I'm going to show you how I did this. This is pretty much like my everyday makeup look for both of my programs, as well as just answering a few different Disney questions. So I talk about like my regrets on my CP, what I would wear to the parks, cruise line, other roles I'd be interested in, things like that. If you want to see this, this is my like sweat proof Disney look, easy peasy, and with product recommendations for my Disney programs, where, if you don't know, did parking my first year. I was outside every single day, caught in the rain a lot of time. Second program, I did a lot of long outdoor ones as well as a character attendant. If you want to see how I looked like this all day, then just keep on watching. Now we flash to me being ugly with no makeup on like 10 minutes ago. First things first, I'm not going to do it today because I don't have it. But that would be sunscreen, regardless if you're inside or outside or in Florida or not in Florida. Sunscreen is very important, and I'm not here to scare you, but 90% of visible signs of aging are due to sun damage. So if you don't want to look old, put on sunscreen. If you watched my What's My Character Attendant pouch video, which I'll have linked up there, I carried a stick of sunscreen with me at all times. I also would apply it in the morning, like a thicker sunscreen, and then reapply with that throughout the day. Like I said, I'm not putting it on today because I'm not leaving the house all today, really. But sunscreen is so important. Do it. I'm applying moisturizing primer right now because this is also the makeup I'm going to wear today. But I found if I was wearing sunscreen, I didn't really need this. So I kind of had like two looks. I had my working inside all day look and my working outside all day look. I'll explain the differences. This is mostly going to be my outside one because y'all wanted like a sweat proof makeup routine, so it's mostly going to be this, so we'll see. A lot of these products I don't have that actually used in the summer because I use them up because I liked them a lot. So I will link like exactly what I used if it's not here right now, and then this is obviously going to be an alternative. But I'm gonna throw some lip balm on. This is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I have it in a tube, and that's what I carry in my character attendant pouch when I wasn't wearing a colored lipstick. So I don't know, it's just thick, it's glassy, it's cute, it leaves me moisturized. I did use one my first year when I was in parking. I was outside every day that had SPF in it because, you know, didn't want to fry my lips off, but this is what I used this year. Let's start off with my face. Obviously this depends on how good your skin is. My skin is really bad right now. My skin's actually a lot better when I live in Florida because I am tan. But I have a lot of breakouts down here, a little bit between my eyes. So I'm just gonna throw on a skin colored concealer. My first program I used the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and it worked really well for like staying on my face all day. I'm using a Maybelline one right now because it's the only one that's my skin tone. But I also used the, I don't have it here, but the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer as my under eye concealer this year. And sometimes on my face. But I think the NARS one was my favorite one out of them, and it had the best color match for me. I'm just gonna put this on specific areas with a lot of redness. You could always do like a full-fledged foundation, because when I was inside, that is what I would do. I liked the YSL Touche Cloth foundation a lot. That's like my all-time favorite foundation. But I also used this one, which is a discontinued CoverGirl one. That makes me really sad because I really like this, but I use this a lot. This bad boy is my all-time favorite foundation. If you have dry skin, give her a shot, even though she's like $70. I didn't wet my sponge. Where even is my sponge? Okay, we're back. Wet sponge. I also got some Diet Coke, so we're feeling pretty good. This works out well for me because I feel like this covers everything that needs to be covered, but it still looks like my skin, and B, won't like completely slide off my face in the middle of the day, where if I did a full face of foundation, a lot of times it would just slip off and transfer everywhere. This doesn't do that. And then on to giving myself an actual face shape. I have a very round face and I have double chins. This is the love of my life. I used this all last summer too. I have an empty one because I used it all last summer. This is the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Amber. It's very gray, so a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people say it tugs too. It works for me. I love it. I draw myself on some cheekbones. Boom. Totally uneven, but it's fine. And then I go under here. Give myself a bit of a jawline. If I'm feeling fancy, I'll go up here too. And just love that part. Now we blend. I told y'all to ask me questions on Instagram, so while I'm blending my contour out, I'm going to pull one of those up. What roll would you want if you went back for another CEP? I love my roll. I don't think that's a shock to anyone. I would like to try performer just to see. I come from like a theater and a dance background, so I think I would probably be okay at it. I would also just love to try another facet of entertainment. I would go back and do attractions and work like an actual ride, because my attraction was, you know, parking. So I think that would be fun. Also, the more I think about it, the more I kind of want to try merch. I don't know if that's like a smart thing to want or not. I liked being globally trained, which I was for attendant. So I like that concept. Sort of cat hair on my lip. I like being globally trained. I like the thought of being able to pick up anywhere. I did retail for years, and I'm probably never going to go back to retail in like my real life. So I think it would be a fun like little excuse. So I don't know. I think that would be fun. Definitely roles that we don't get offered that I wish I could do, like Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. That would be super fun. I think children's activities would be really fun too, but they don't offer those for us. So that is my face, pretty much. If I'm feeling saucy, I can do a little bit more. I would usually actually powder my face too, just because I would be really shiny if I was working outside all day. So I liked this powder. Mine is destroyed because I broke it, but this is the Sephora Micro Smooth powder. This powder looks good on everyone. This powder fixes any mistake that you could possibly make. It's so good. You can see how much I've used of it. It's way worn down. I would just like go in with a brush and just pat this like on top. It would just take down a little bit of shine. My under eyes are actually looking sick today, honestly, because I slept well for once in my life. But normally I would do a teeny tiny bit of under eye concealer, so I'll throw some on. Where did I put her? This is Urban Decay Naked Skin, but like I said, I used the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer all summer. I tried to keep it like as up here as I could, so like just in these areas that needed to be brightened. Put a little bit on my eyelids and then a little bit out here. I tried not to get a lot of concealer in here because a bunch of rolls outside you're wearing sunglasses, and sunglasses are what really give away that you're wearing makeup because they'll rub it off. So just areas that need a little bit more brightness is where I would try and focus it. And then I would powder it. I would also normally bring this powder to work with me in my bag, just because it was an easy touch-up powder throughout the day. In case anything did get moved around or my sunglasses did leave a big ugly dent in something, this would help with that. But I try to do as little face makeup as possible because you will sweat and it will move. It's just the way that it works. So having not very much face makeup on is nice because there's not a lot that can move around, but it still gives you like a little bit of coverage. So that's why I like things like using cream products, which I know goes against people's best judgment because they're like, why would I use cream? It's going to sweat off more. But things like this I found really helped. I'm going to throw in a little bit of bronzer today just because I'm very pale, but I use this all summer too. Especially if you have like a hard time blending your neck. Sometimes I would do blush if I was feeling like fancy, but 99% of the time I didn't do blush, but we'll throw some on today for fun. Look at how pretty these are. I have a whole video on these coming up too. But I have the Belle one and the Cinderella one and the Rapunzel one. and they're so cute. For highlight, I really like ColourPop products. I like ColourPop products for a lot of this. I'll use one later too. This is one of the Super Shock highlights, and A Smile and a Song is from the original Disney collection. It's a really pretty gold. It's good if you're super pale still though. I think highlight and eyebrows are two things that make you just look put together. So I would apply highlight pretty much every day. It also, if these areas looked highlighted, if you got sweaty, I feel like your sweat didn't look as bad. I'm gonna do my eyebrows off camera because they take me 8 years to do, I feel like. We're back with eyebrows on. I like using a brow pomade, so this one I actually got for free like a year ago. I've used a whole bunch of it. She's done me well. So the Kat Von D Super Brow Pomade. I've also used Anastasia Dip Brow. I think NYX has one. Things like this are waterproof, which also means they're sweat proof. It wasn't totally waterproof, but it did pretty well. It'll do better than a pencil or a powder or something like that, so I really like this. I do think that brow pomades have a bit of a learning curve to them, so I recommend buying it before your program to start trying it out. But I've always liked pomades, and I found they last really well. So I do that. I just use a really skinny, where did I throw it? This is the brush that when it was gifted to me it came with. I just use a really skinny angle brush. Then I also use a brow gel. I used either this one, which is the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel, mine's really beaten up, or just a clear brow gel. For a while I was using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel too, but this will just hold everything in place and kind of lock in any sort of color. Like I said, I think mascara, eyebrows, and highlight are three things that make you look put together. So I would do pretty much those three things every single day, and if I did nothing else, people would still be like, oh my god, your makeup looks so good. This is the palette I use pretty much every day. I actually bought this on my 2018 program during Cast Appreciation Days in Disney Springs when Sephora had a discount, but it's the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette. And I pretty much use one of two color stories. I either would use this middle one, which is a little bit more pinky, with like this one here, or I would use this one here, which is more brown, with this one here in the crease. If I was feeling saucy, I could use a yellow, but obviously I mostly use those two colors. I'm gonna answer all the Disney questions first, and then I'll answer random questions that I got. What type of clothing for a day in the parks? I feel like I have a very unpopular opinion on this because I have a very distinct look, one may say, where I like to be comfortable in the parks more than anything. Every once in a while I would like put on jeans, but like jeans was my version of dressing up in the parks. Mostly I wore leggings and a big t-shirt. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see this. Leggings, big t-shirt. I used a fanny pack for a lot of my program. I bought one pretty early on, and that worked really well as a bag for the parks because it fit like my camera, my tripod, like a fuel rod, things like that. So I like being comfy. I think you can also look like really cute in just like a big t-shirt and leggings, so that's why I would go with that. Sometimes I would wear like a little crop top with something tied around my waist, or like my fanny pack around my waist, kind of cinch me in, but nothing very exciting. Shoes are a big one. I was big for comfy shoes. Both years I kind of wish I'd brought my combat boots with me just to have like something with a little bit more of like an oomph to it than just sneakers, but 99% of the time I wore my work sneakers. I'm unpopular opinion, especially if you're like living with Jamie, where Jamie like never wore makeup but would always look cute. I would do like a full ass face of makeup and then just look ugly like in my clothes. I'm also a big fan of blowing out your lower lash line, because if your concealer creases because you're sweaty, no one will be able to see because it's covered in eyeshadow. I know this may be like a lot of makeup for some people. For me, this is like my everyday makeup, so here we are. And then I would always do like a fun like pop of shimmer on the lid. There's a few options. My favorite were the ColourPop Super Shock Shadows. I like the Ultra Glitter formula. Both of these are Ultra Glitter. If I was doing like a more pinky look, I would go for this one, which is Birthday Cake. And then Birthday Girl is the one that I use the most. You can't even see the colors because I've used these so much. They're worn to death. But ColourPop has literally hundreds of colors. I really recommend the Ultra Glitter formula. They're a little bit crumbly. A little crumbly when you get down this far. But they're super easy to use. You can use them with your fingers. They last all day. They have a massive impact. I feel like even if you didn't do this, if you threw one of these on your lids, it'll look like you did like a full eyeshadow look. And I think that's why I probably got so many compliments on it. But I'm just gonna press this on my lids. I also like that this isn't like high-end makeup because I know I'm kind of a makeup snob, so maybe people wouldn't like taking advice from me, because working at Sephora did turn me into a high-end makeup person. So this is something that's like cheap and affordable and not super expensive, like the $70 foundation that I recommended. Also, the best thing about Disney is if you're kind of covered in glitter, like, you know, it's just pixie dust. It's how the world works. It's fine. And then I would go in back with my highlighter that I use. I can't find the highlighter that I use, so I'm gonna use a different one. But normally I would just use the highlight that I put on my face to make it easy. And a little inner corner highlighting going on. Onto mascara. I have a few like favorites. If you are working outside at all, highly recommend waterproof mascara. I use the Too Faced Better Than Sex waterproof my whole first program. It's a little bit like thick and gloopy, but it is very, very, very waterproof. So really, really good if you're working like even like lifeguarding or like parking where you're outside all day in the rain, things like that. It's really good. I used the Milk Makeup waterproof one this program. It's a lot drier formula, but it's still really nice. If you don't like waterproof mascara, because some people find it's really harsh on their lashes and it's hard to take off, and if you're not committing to also using a oil makeup remover, at the end of the night it's gonna stick to your lashes and you don't want to do this. A really good smudge proof one, I know this is expensive, but like you can get as a point perk, that's where I got it. This is the Hourglass Caution Mascara. I really, really, really like this. I also used Urban Decay Perversion. This is like probably my favorite mascara ever that I've ever used, but it does smudge sometimes and it's super not waterproof. So waterproof is the best. Probably I'd recommend the Hourglass if you want something that's not waterproof, but also like not smudge proof. I'm just gonna use the regular Too Faced Better Than Sex today because I don't want waterproof. And I had a little one sitting around. Would you ever work cruise line? This one, I'm kind of torn. I actually really like the idea of working cruise line, especially because there is roles like Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique on cruise line, and I think I would be really good at that. Obviously, I come from a cosmetics and luxury retail background, so I'd give it a shot. The like living situations and like not having internet kind of freaks me out, I'm not gonna lie to you. But I think I would give it a try. I would also be okay, I think, with like children's activities on cruise line. I could probably do regular merchandise on cruise line too and be down for that. I'm getting mascara all over my face right now. I don't think I could do anything longer than like a 6-month contract probably, just because I know there's like, you know, 80-hour work weeks and like crazy long days, and I know that like your privileges can be super limited depending on your role. If they have like a attendant for cruise line, I would love to do that, but they don't, because I don't think there's really character meet and greets. I think there's just kind of like wandering characters and stuff. I'd never say never. So far with cruise line, I feel like the dates are so hard that anytime I put in a higher date, I could be like extremely overqualified for a role, and they would be like, no, you're not qualified, because I don't have like a start date they like. Also, the nice part about not having a bunch of powder and makeup on is if you mess something up, real easy to blend it out. I've used the like, what's it called, SPF setting sprays before, and I didn't really like them. So if you want to use a setting spray, I would just use a normal one. I was a big fan of the Morphe setting spray living in Florida because this is a aerosol, so it's super, super cool coming out. So if you want to like carry a spray with you in your bag too, this is a nice one to carry because it's super cool coming out on hot days. Some people say the all-nighter setting spray keeps their makeup on longer. I don't know, I'm dry, so I don't really know what's the difference. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, I would just keep like a glossy lip balm on like this because I feel like it looks nice. If I wanted to like round out my lips more, because I don't know, this is just like a me thing probably, but I feel like I have a nice lower lip, but I lack like volume up here in my upper lips. So if I was like really feeling saucy, I would go in and just like do a nude liner. I used up a whole actually lip liner this summer because if I was gonna do something, I was gonna like line my lips and just fill it in. I was gonna wear lipstick. Yeah, if I wanted something a little extra, I would just throw some liner on like it and blend it in, but I didn't do that a lot. If I was going to do like a full out like look, I would use a liquid lipstick normally because it lasts a lot longer if I was working at, well actually this program, I didn't do it, but my last program, if you pick up Pack on Main Street, it is in the like Disney look. You can wear red lipstick. So I'd wear the Sephora Collection 01 Always Red liquid lip. That was a really nice red that lasted for like hours the whole Pack shift. This is kind of my face. I'm gonna see if I have any other like Disney questions so far. One person said, what is one thing that you regret the most? Another person said, do you have any regrets or things you wish you had done regarding your most recent CP? I do wish I had picked up at more parks. I almost picked up at Epcot once, but then it just didn't work out. But I think it would have been super fun to work with like Baymax. That was the shift I was supposed to get before it fell through. So I wish I picked up there. I'm not mad I didn't work at Animal Kingdom just because Animal Kingdom, I didn't feel like comfortable in there. But I did only work Studios and Magic Kingdom. I had one Animal Kingdom DCE event and I gave it away because it was really late at night. Getting there was going to be a pain. So I do wish that I had picked up more of those. I wish I had picked up more like fun shifts. I would have liked to do like the Dido dance party or Hakuna Matata dance party. Like that would have been fun. I did a lot of just like character meet and greet shifts. I didn't do a lot of roaming shifts, so I wish I had picked up more of those. Besides that, like not really. There was things that were like on my like Disney bucket list that I didn't do. So like Hoop-Dee-Doo I wish I had done and I didn't. I probably could have like seen some of the nighttime shows a few more times. I honestly kind of wish I'd gone to 2 Halloween parties. I know that like sounds crazy, but I think that would have been fun. But I really don't regret that much. I keep on saying but I really don't regret that much. Like I said, picking up at more locations would be fun, meeting more people would have been fun. I wish I had started going out a little bit earlier just because a lot of my friends I felt like were under 21 and I was so focused on work the first half of my program. But I was really happy. Looking at my 2019 program versus my 2018 program, I did a lot more in my 2019 program that I wouldn't regret, but mainly picking up at other parks and picking up new locations. That's what I mostly regret. But someone asked favorite movies. I'm assuming they mean like Disney movies, so we're gonna go with Disney movies. Love Frozen, love Tangled, got really into Beauty and the Beast this summer. Love Beauty and the Beast. I feel like Belle is an underappreciated princess. And I will die on that mountain, cliff, hill, I think is the right word. Obviously, I don't think you can see any of them right now. You can't see all my pins, but Winnie the Pooh, big Winnie the Pooh fan, duh. Pixar, probably Monsters Inc., Monsters University, my favorite Pixar films. Love them so much. Those are 2 characters that I wish I'd gone to work with was Monsters, Mike and Sully. I love Spider-Man. We're talking Marvel. I like the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe in general. Really big Marvel fan. But I would say like Disney-wise, Frozen, Tangled, Monsters Inc. Who are some of your favorite people from Diz Instagram and Diz Twitter? And this is definitely just not my friend Griffin asking for me to plug his content. Many Adventures of Becca, love her. She's doing Spring 2020 for a CP. So hit her up if you want more CP stuff. She's great. Love her. Anika's Paintbrush, put it up here again so you can spell it. She's super cute. She does really creative like edits. Really like following her. Underscore that Diz girl. She is a fellow Canadian. She lives in Toronto. She's really cool. She has a YouTube channel as well. So go check Alessa out. She's super cool. She posts cute pics. She's got like cute Disney tattoos. I'll throw Griffin up there because he asked me this question, so now I feel like I have to, but I guess you should follow Griffin too. Favorite shop by far, Fantasy Feelings. I don't know if I've talked about these girls here before, but they are amazing. They're so talented. They're so cool. By the time you're seeing this video, they probably are reopened because they were like revamping it, but oh my god, I'm obsessed with them. Big fan. If you want someone who's like super cool and fashionable, Sweet Life of Jazz. Jasmine, she's really cool. She's like actually someone who's fashionable and like doesn't just wear sweatpants to the parks. Another Disney couple, Sammy and Savannah. They are super cute. I love them. I want them to be my moms. Victoria's Happily Ever After. She also makes scrunchies at Victoria's Magic Emporium. Hit her up. She's real cute. Met her on my program. Disney with Valen. She goes to the parks literally every day. She has the coolest Dapper Day looks right now, so check her out. Oh my gosh, Maddie. I don't know. I'm gonna technically call her a Disney account. But Maddie Pie, she's also on Twitter. She's so sweet. She's so cute. I'm obsessed with her. She's just adorable. I'm gonna leave that there for now because I could literally go on for forever just scrolling through, but those are some people that I think are cool and that you should follow. And then my friend Maddie just left a bunch of non-Disney questions, so I'm just gonna rapid fire through all these like insane, obnoxious questions. She said, would you rather have thick, coily black hair sprouting out of your chest or smell like BO 24/7? I would go with the hair because then I would just get a wax. Would you rather fight a mountain lion with a rake or eat a whole snake? I'm a vegetarian, but if the snake was cooked, I would probably eat a snake. Would you rather sleep outside in the snow for one night or never have heat in your house ever? I would rather sleep outside in the snow because you didn't say that I couldn't have like a tent and blankets and a mini heater and jackets. This is, I didn't read through these and they're like really funny. I think my personal favorite is, would you rather have 6-inch arms or 6-inch legs? Probably 6-inch arms, honestly. I don't think I could stand being any shorter than I already am. Would you rather move to Detroit or be dead? I would rather move to Detroit because then I'd be in the States and I'd be on the East Coast and I could get really cheap, like honestly probably Frontier flights to Disney World. So I'd move to Detroit. Would you rather have no clothes or no friends? I already only have like 2 friends, so I guess I'll have no friends. Would you rather walk around having hundreds of ants in your underwear or chomp on a housefly? I probably have already eaten bugs in my sleep, so I will eat the housefly. And those are all the questions for now. That was it. This is what I would wear to work pretty much every day. I know I'm pretty heavy on the makeup, but I think I found like a fine line between like looking presentable and looking like I have makeup on if you're someone that likes makeup, and also not having so much caked on that it was sliding off your face. Those are just kind of little techniques and things. If you want me to talk more about skincare in Florida, I can definitely do that too, because I'm probably even more passionate about skincare than I am about makeup. Your girl loves skincare, but yeah, this is my face. This is how I looked like every day at work. If I was running really late, like I said, I would just throw like one of these shadows on. I would throw just my eyebrow gel and mascara on, but I always try to at least get these eyebrows on because I feel like these are like a part of like my look at this point. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you found this a little bit helpful. All my links to everything else are always down below. Feel free to subscribe. I upload all the time. I live here. All these questions I grab from Instagram, so if you want to be a part of this, you want to ask me questions, hit me up on Instagram. That's where I usually like ask things and reply to people and things like that. And I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Bye.